A lot of people have been asking us about attributes. Attributes are normally used with entities. However, they can be used with locations. The reason you would want to use an attribute with a location would be for counting purposes. You can count how often a location is used, every time an entity gets through it, or really whatever you would like to count as far as locations go. Now, the way we set an attribute to be a location attribute instead of the default entity attribute is we go into our attribute table, which is this little A shortcut right here. I already have an attribute defined in here. You can call it whatever you want. Type integer, and in classification, double click that box right there and you get two options, entity and locations. Again, by default, entity is chosen, but if you choose location, this attribute, which in this case is att1, becomes a location attribute. Now we're going to use this attribute in our operation logic. Put a location down, which we'll just put a location, call it loc1, that's fine. And then in the processing, we're going to, do we have an entity? No, we need to put an entity down there. So we have our box as our entity, and in the process logic we'll have box at loc1, and then in the operation, say for example we wanted to do a count every time an entity passed through location 1. In the operation logic, we're simply going to type in incatt1. So that's going to increment the attribute every time it goes through, allowing us at the end to see how many attributes pass through. Again, you can use attributes to count whatever you want. This is simply an example of what I personally use them for. So as always, this solution is available on the Solutions Cafe in written form.